Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I was early up this day. So, what's up? We are on our way. So, today is another day in the sunshine, but it's overclouded today. So, what is about waking up early in the morning and all what I have said about indications, about here and now, about time, about void, about where you are. It's hard to understand why why suffering is going on. But I said in a video, listen to those that suffers. And I think it is a great notion that even though we want to have it like a pleasant time, like a nice time, and that we can be at ease with everything, we undergo sufferings. You may think or believe, even it's a game, that God is playing with us. The suffering part. We are coming up with all kinds of accusations why we are undergoing sufferings. So I think it's part of the rubbing against life, against each other. It's not a game, it's rubbing against each other. So why do we suffer? It's because we have been rubbed in a hard way before, maybe even from childhood, that you were left alone. That since no one was talking with you or to you, only to you but not with you, you are most probably left alone, and that is the feeling that you may have throughout your life. You can't help for that. It's what's happening. It's what's there. Nothing that have changed. Only that you are rubbing against that wound that you had before. And if you tell someone that cares for you that this is my wound, this is my spot that I can't really be patient with because it's so hurtful. And the other one, just consider that and play accordingly. It can be good, but it can also be good while being tested. Tested out of your wits. That it can be a hard time for you and not the other one. The other one doesn't really consider. And it's not an ill will in that, it's just how it is. So, while we are suffering, you may shout out. You may shout out your cry, your bitterness, your turmoil. All what is left of you is just hardship and hardship. You can't cope with your situation. It's all turmoil inside and outside. It's in the storm and wind, the hard wind, the weather that is blowing and throwing at all things at you at that time. So when you read in the Psalms, many of those, most of the Psalms is all about suffering. And as I was talking about my friend Daniel, he was also suffering because the life is hard, and he says as it is, and he calls himself Satanist because I think it's an obvious case. You say as it is. When the Christians gather together, we want to talk nice, we want to talk God. It's all nice, and healing will come when we believe in God. I think it's a cheat, it's a big lie. Confront the wind and the waves head on, like Jesus did, looking it in the eye of the storm, so you can see who you are in that storm, and tell yourself, be calm. So listen to those that suffers, that are weird, that are going through hardship, because some of them, I don't say everyone, but some of them have learned a lesson or two about life, even though they seem to be impatient and have learned nothing. In your eyes, what is the difference? In your eyes, how can they be so mean? How can they be so hurtful? How can they give such a harsh response? How? In this world, why can't they be focused on something nice? So why do they need to be so problem-orientated? So I see that can be hard for someone to take. I may play some music on that while reflecting. While reflecting, I was coughing instead. Yeah, how I meet that a lot, but not so much as I hear it from some people. That why are they so negative? Why can't they just open up and be a little bit positive? I think that is a very superficial take. Why do you have to be so negative? Why is it like that? And I think that many things go along with that. I think so. Because, first of all, it's the refusal of the situation that someone else is undergoing. So that kind of negativity, you are drawn. It's a lot of things here. First of all, you are drawn to that kind of negativity because you can't avoid it yourself. And so you say to yourself, this matter should be easy dealt with. Why does he give up? So it's that kind of saying is saying to himself, but you don't know that why am I so negative? Why am I so focused on negativity? Why can't I just lighten up? So I think that is the first message I get from those people. They are negative orientated, most of it. Mainly. Maybe they can't contain. They have an easier way. Maybe they feel they can contain the problems. Maybe they can overcome such matters. But I think it's a denial of the fact that the other one is suffering. Maybe those men that came to Job, sat with him 7 days, was thinking in the same path. Why is Job so negative orientated? Why can't he lighten up? And what is it with all this kind of turmoil that he looks? Can't he see that he still is alive, scratching himself and have good memories of his family that either dead or left him? I don't know. And I think it is kind of arrogancy to weakness. Arrogance to weakness. You should cope, you should be better, you should treat people better. I see many things in these kind of statements. It's a judgment over people that are undergoing suffering. Why not instead listen to them? Why not instead involve yourself in deep talk about levels of solving a matter or level of coping with a situation? It can be like that. It can be like that, my friend. Don't be so superficial. You sound just so superficial. And you will easily be judged by those that are suffering. It's for you. Is it for you to deny them their ability, their time, their needed time to suffer? Maybe the friends of Job didn't think of that. He needs his time. After losing all these servants, children, and cattle, and all this ownership, it was gone. It was totally gone. He was sitting in the ashes and scraping himself. He was scratching himself in the ashes with this, what do you call it in English? Potteskår. It's, I want to find it, so don't potscards. It's broken pieces of this ceramic pot shards. I can put on the voice.
Pot shards.
Yeah. Okay.
Potteskår.
Yeah. It is I think that is the word for it. I may Google it too, but I think that is the word. Potteskår. Yeah. So it is leftovers. It's cracked up pottery. So, you know, he scratched himself with those because they are rough. And he was sitting there, scratching himself in the ashes. So he may have felt like when I was writing this book of mine, you, me, and the God. You, me, and the God. That I was ashes. That was a time period in my life. I can even say today with all my the tongue to my teeth that I feel often like that as an ash. I'm sitting in the ashes and I hope for the rain to drain me down to earth. I have that kind of soul that is in the ashes, my friend. You can't deny me that. Even if you would try to cheer me up, don't deny me my pity state. Don't deny me how I do feel about myself. I can't get out of this body soon enough. This selfish, egocentric body. I hate it. But Job, he condemned the day he was born. But I don't stoop to that. I appreciate every day in my life. Job, where are you? Come here, sit with me. You know it all. I will listen to you and listen well. Even God can cope with your speech, your prophylactic pluck. Your speech out of this turmoil. Who wouldn't sit there and listen to you? And you were right, my friend. You were right. God was wrong. He is just arrogant. God is just coming here, stepping on this muddy soil, stepping on every soul, and say, I am the one that created you, that made you, and formed you from the beginning. I formed you. Look at the stars, the heavens. Who can count all the stars? He is just an arrogant, chauvinistic guy that is coming down, and look at our pity state, all of us. So let us stick to ourselves, leave God out of this turmoil. He is just arrogant. He reminds us of our pity state, how indifferent he can be to our pity state. But I think, as I wrote in this book, everybody is a seed that have to die in the soil. Why do you burn your bodies? Job wanted to burn his body, sitting in the ashes, scraping himself with it. And it was a hard turmoil for him. My friends, it can be hard. It can be hard. And I would rather listen to a suffering man. I would rather sit and listen to a suffering man than a fortunate one. Like here come Bill Gates, here come some Kissinger, a successful guys that made it, make a lot of money. Those are listened to. Those are highly paid also to say something just mundane. But what else? Nothing. We are not promoting those that are suffering. And ask them, why can you smile? Why can you cheer up? Why do you even want to live? I don't pity you, but I have these questions. Why do you breathe? So pity state we can end up in. And that is the best. That is the blessing that life can give. Because you can learn so much more. You can turn the switch on so it can be light. So you can see the light in all this darkness. Who wouldn't? I ask again, who wouldn't listen to those that are suffering? I don't want to compare myself with them. I am just a pity state of a man. I'm not high up and mighty about my suffering. No, it's nothing. It shouldn't be something. It shouldn't be anything. It shouldn't even have been mentioned. But I do it because I'm the false prophet. That is the idea of this. I don't want to. I don't want any pities because I'm in a pity state. No, keep me out of that. Don't mention that to me, anyone. Don't go around fooling around. So I have to end this soon because it's due time I get out of here. But you see, Look for the first time when you pass someone on the street sitting there, and don't look so fortunate as Bill Gates. Bill Gates is hiding in his chambers. Those rich men that made it, even rich women, they keep themselves hidden from everybody. Go out, listen to those that suffers. Be all ears for them. Sing a song, their song, not yours. You can show off with a lot of money. You can show off with a hot car or whatever. You can show off. But this poor guy that is sitting there, waiting patiently for someone to listen to his music. That is it, my friend. That is just it. That is the song I have for you before I go.